Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Baggage Claim? How you guys doing? Thank you so much for taking the time to check us out. If you're new to Baggage Claim, it is a place where we're trying to create some community and conversation around relationships, marriages, blended families, all that fun stuff. So if you're been here before, you know the drill.
Welcome back.
Yeah, grab your favorite drink, pull up to the table. It is Christmas time here at Baggage Claim. We have all the stuff.
Time is here.
Thank you, Michael. That's so sweet.
Aww.
I mean, it's like Christmas threw up on our table and behind us. So but we're going to have a good time. Yeah. That's our marketing manager, Miranda. Or
Marketing director?
Yeah, she falls under Michael Johnson, the producer. Michael, go ahead, Michael. You
No, I still vote for the name Producer Michael Jr.
producer Michael
Miranda.
Jr.
If someone got me a t-shirt,
I think it's gonna stick.
I
will
know
get
a
you
girl
the
who
t-shirt.
can make one. Her
Producer
name's
Michael Jr.
Miranda.
I'm now Mickey Mouse.
Producer Michael Jr. I like it.
So
We've
but
got to get another mic.
Welcome to Baggage Claim, a place where we're just going to hang out. We're going to talk. We're going to
Yeah.
have fun. We're probably going to be stupid, but we are going to be real.
Or most of the time, we're going to be a little bit stupid.
Yeah, because that's just who we are.
Yeah.
But we promise to be real. We try. We're going to be as honest as we can, be respectful of people, and at the same time try to share some real life situations dealing around marriage.
Yeah.
And
So a real life situation right now is that if our sound is a little different, we're doing the best we can, but we have some new mic stands that Greg made.
we got rid of
for
the big old
us.
arms, the big extension
So if you
arms.
watch us on YouTube, there's been these like mechanical arms in front of us and around us. But
Well, when we have guests, it's
today-
really awkward. And so we're trying to have
Yeah.
more guests on the show. We're trying to have more people, more couples to share their experience, their life, just work through things. And they just don't work with those things.
no, and it's funny because whenever we were talking about this wonderful idea, I was like, yeah, it's so good. It's great. Get rid of the mechanical situation in front of us. But then I realized when we were testing it out before we were recording, I like to sit back in my chair. And so the mechanical arm would come with me and I could sit back the whole time. And this is different. I have to sit up and I'm going to get used to it. It's going to be so great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's nice craftsmanship, too, by the way. For you guys listening,
Handmade.
handmade, forged in the peck shop
Yes.
Forged.
with
fire.
blood, sweat, and
Adjacent to
tears.
the podcast studio here.
Yeah, it is adjacent to
on the
podcast
Peck
studio. Yeah, there was
plantation.
fire. There was lots of fire.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah.
bourbon consumptions. But yeah, we made it. We made some mic stands. So,
So anyway.
here we are.
It's always an adventure.
So we're talking about a subject that can be very
But wait.
hard.
Question time.
Okay. All right.
That was
weak.
sad. Okay, my first question. Let me get my glasses.
Make it the one we're talking about.
Stay in the mic.
Okay.
Stay in the mic.
I can lean back, but you can't hear me if I lean back. Okay, here's the question. Would you rather have your in-laws pop in unannounced every weekend or only visit once a year for an entire month?
Ooh.
Wow.
Can you guess what our subject is this evening?
Hold on. Read that question one more time.
Would you rather have your in-laws pop in unannounced every weekend or only visit once a year for an entire month?
It's kind of deceiving by saying once a year.
I know. Also, the pop in unannounced every weekend, because you know it's going to happen every weekend, but also you don't know when.
I got nothing to hide. But the reality is if you actually do the time and
Yeah.
put them together, the probably 1 month that you're going to spend there is going to be more time with them than if they popped in every weekend
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about
for an
that.
entire month. Yeah, do the math.
Well,
Say
do
they
the
stay
math,
for 30 minutes.
52.
That's only 2 hours. That's 2 hours a month.
Oh,
2
I
times
guess when I'm thinking
12.
of weekend, I'm thinking of like for the day.
No, it just says pop in. Pop in doesn't mean you stay for a long time.
Yeah. Quit overthinking it.
Well,
bro.
shoot, if they're going to pop in for the weekend, I'll just be gone for the weekend.
I feel like that's
I would
not.
think I would do the pop in for the weekend if it's me.
I would say pop in because pop in unannounced every weekend can be like Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and then they
Hey,
go
what's
home,
up? Yeah.
or Saturday evening, and
Yeah.
then they go home.
Yeah.
I think I would choose to pop in unannounced.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
How about you, producer Michael?
I would also do pop in for the weekend.
There we
Yeah.
go. So nobody
Yeah.
took the spend a month with your in-laws. For once a
Co-producer
year.
Michael Jr., Miranda.
Yeah, co-producer Michael.
We
Jr.
are your
She's
in-laws.
getting the mic.
What would you choose? Would you
You
rather
pop
us?
in here all the time.
You have to hold the microphone
I
up.
don't.
There you go.
Okay.
You gotta get closer.
Why?
You are the pop-in in-law here, though.
Is that bad?
No.
No, I don't mind.
Would you rather just us pop in at your house every weekend unannounced, or spend a whole month with us only just a month?
Both?
What?
Aw.
Suck
Yeah,
Miranda is the poster child for the best daughter-in-law of ever all.
Well, like I had no idea you were coming over yesterday. Like that was a pop. Like I got home and I was thinking, oh, Jess is coming home, and then you and Lucy showed up, and I was like, oh, cool, they're here. And so it wasn't a bad thing at all.
Actually, I was
like,
invited by your wife.
Yeah,
I'm sure,
I
but
forgot.
we're horrible communicators because we talk about it all the time on
We've
this
talked about that
podcast.
today. You and I talked
Yeah.
about we are
Well,
not.
she didn't share that
Wait,
with me.
Can I pass the mic? Oh my god.
You can give the mic back.
Thank you.
So today we're digging
Yeah.
into the idea, the subject of in-laws, and we may not get to all the good stuff in this episode. I promise you, we will try to unpack everything that's involved with this. And this is not a easy 35-minute conversation that we can
No.
have. This is one that's going to take some time to get into, and we're going to share the good, the bad, the ugly with all of that. We'll share some of our personal experiences.
Yeah.
That we've had, some of the good ones, some of the hard ones, and I know we had some friends who are working through some other issues with in-laws too. So we want to try to give helpful advice, but it's some encouragement, and just try to figure out how we can all walk through
Yeah,
this together.
and if you're listening and you're not married, but you're in a relationship, you might be thinking like, I don't have in-laws yet. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, wait a minute. Like, don't
You do.
hit pause, don't
Yeah,
skip,
you do.
don't jump out of it. Hang in here for a few minutes. We're gonna get
If
into
you're
the
in
good stuff.
any kind of a long-term relationship, whether you're married or not, you have in-laws.
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that are in this category that may not realize that they are.
Oh, really? Okay, tell me what you mean by that.
If you're my boyfriend,
Yep.
and we've just been dating for 5-6 months,
Yep.
I have in-laws, and you do too.
Ooh. Okay.
Because if we're in a long-term relationship at
That's
all,
kind of like your dad when we first started dating. Your dad
oh my
called me over
gosh,
and
it was
asked me
the
if
cutest thing ever.
and we were in his garage. and
Mind
he's
you,
like-
I was 34, you were 39.
yeah, I was 39-year-old adult.
We both had children. We
Two
both
kids.
owned our own home. Like it was the whole thing. But yeah, my daddy called you over.
Yeah, and he's like, "So what do you do for a living?" And I was like, "That's a great question, Mike." I don't know, bro. I was like, "I'm figuring that out." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. He wanted to know how you going to support Jesse and the kids.
I was like, "I don't know. I was hoping she'd
I-
support me." Like, so, yeah, it was an interesting. Even in the beginning, here's the thing we don't realize about in-laws. Like when you date someone or you're thinking about getting married to them, when you say yes to that person,
Mm-hmm.
you're saying yes to their family. You're saying yes to the mom, the dad, if it's a blended family, there's more than one. So
Oh yeah.
when you're saying yes to that, you're saying yes to both sides of that family. And what does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Because we believe the Bible tells us when you become married, those two become one, and so then you're one person. So I'm Jess, Jess is me.
Mhm.
We see that as one person. So as I'm saying yes to you, I want to marry you. I'm saying yes to your mom, your dad.
That means
your
all of
stepmom,
me.
your stepdad, all those
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that are involved. I'm
Because
saying yes
I
to
come
them.
from a blended family too.
Yeah.
So our blended family goes with a blended family.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
a
I'm
whole
telling
thing.
you,
There's like 1,000 branches on our
Thanksgiving
family
and
tree.
Christmas is crazy. It
Yeah.
starts 4 days early and
It
4
does.
days late. But you just embrace it and love it and just move on with it.
Yeah.
So we're going to dig into the idea of in-laws. So there's this thing of expectations. So
Yeah.
you see these rom-coms where it's the the in-laws and everything is just like, oh, we love them. They're the best there is.
You
They're
love a rom-com.
this. I do.
Go
I love a
ahead.
good.
Yeah.
You put us on the worst.
Oh no.
Is it a rom-com or is it a Christmas movie?
I
The
don't
Family
know.
Stone.
It's both.
It is oh my gosh,
It's
the
so good.
most
The Family
depressing-
Stone. It is an old movie. Miranda and I were talking about it earlier today. She's never seen it. It is so good. It is so good.
I'll just say this, and you can call me what you want. You can comment online. I don't care. I cried at the end. Of course.
you
I
can't
I cried
not.
at the end. And if you don't cry at the end, you go see a counselor or a therapist.
Oh, so good.
But at the same time, I'm just like, what is like they have
I
they paint this
know.
picture in this movie of this
Yeah.
incredible in-law relationship, but there's also tension in that relationship.
Well, they're
which
not
is
quite
most-
in-laws yet. What it
Well,
really
they are,
is.
according to you, because you said if you're dating, you have in-laws.
That's what I was going with that. They're not technically in-laws yet because it's one of the brothers is bringing home a girl for Christmas that he thinks he wants, I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, but he thinks he wants to propose to her. And so it's the whole dynamic of how she fits in with her potential in-laws.
Okay.
And it is a mess.
Great movie, but
They
that doesn't have
had-
anything to do with us.
Not you and I, but it's kind of like the brother, bless his heart.
Don't get too much in the story. You can give away the plot line.
I'm just saying he had all of these expectations built up.
Yeah, which we
And-
all do. I mean, no matter where we're at in a relationship, we all
That's
have
where I was
expectations.
going. I wasn't trying to ruin the movie. I was just saying Everett is the character's name. He has all these expectations built up of how she's going to work in and how everybody's going to work in together and the dynamic and how it's just going to be. And whether or not that works out, I'm not going to say. But in real life, like we have expectations whenever we're going into a relationship or we introduce like, okay, like you're my boyfriend. I'm going to introduce you to everybody and I want everybody to love you and I want you to love everybody. And that's what my expectation is because I'm just blinded by love or whatever. And whether or not that works out, I mean, the reality is that it's probably like a 50-50 shot whether
Yeah.
or not like, okay, is this going to click or is this not going to click with
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah,
You
it's
know
a
what I
50-50
mean?
shot.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, we've had 2 opportunities where we've invited people into our family circle,
Yes.
our inner circle.
Into the
One
six
was
pack.
into the 6-pack, which is expanding. The first one was with Charles.
Yes.
I remember when we were at Corkit and he invited us to
Cork
go
is a local like
wine place. So you go have wine.
Yeah, it's not just wine, but yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly wine.
Yeah.
So it's just a little wine place on the square here in downtown Gainesville.
hmm
So we go to Corkit and he asked us.
He invited us there.
Yeah.
and
I
I
had no idea.
Clueless. I
No
told you,
idea.
I was like,
cool, we're going to get
because
drink
he
wine.
and Callie at this point have been dating for like 2 years. And when he invited us, he sent you and I a group text together and invited us to meet him at Corkit at so-and-so o'clock on this day. It was during Christmas break because he knew I was going to be home. And he's like, will you meet me? And yes, of course we will. I was like, he's about to ask us the question. And you're like, no, he's not.
Yeah, when Jess brought that up to me, I remember I was in the
You almost
bathroom.
threw up.
Yeah, I was like, what? I got sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I said, he's about to ask permission to propose to Callie. And you're like, no, he's not. He's home because he was home from college at that point. And you're
Right.
like, hey, we're just, because we had all been working really hard on our relationship. And I was like, no, he's going to ask us the question. And you still didn't believe me until
Until it happened.
Until
Sitting
it
at
happened.
the table. I still remember the table we were
Yep.
sitting at, too.
and I grabbed your arm and I was boo-hooing. And he just looked at it and he was like, Miss Jess, are you okay? Charles said. And I was like, I had told Greg that you were going to say this. And you didn't believe me until right that second.
So then my response to Charles was,
Mhm.
and I was like, so cool. If this is what you want, of course we love you and
Mhm.
Callie loves you. So, but you and I are going to meet once a week.
Yeah.
Until you guys get married.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 6, 7, 8 months. I can't remember.
It was
what
about 8 months because that was about, I remember it's
Yeah.
compared
And
to
he was
you
like,
and I.
okay, cool. And so I would drive up to Dahlonega because he was in school at Dahlonega at the
I was going to
time.
say it was a little bit more of an effort and planning part because he was in ROTC at that point, 45 minutes away at school.
And so,
So we
yeah.
had to, you had to plan about it.
And so
yeah.
he and I would meet somewhere up there. We would meet somewhere here. We were
Uh-huh.
back and forth. Just for me, because I'm like, this guy's coming into our family. I want to know him. I want to know who he is. I want to
Mhm.
know all about him because
His
he's going to become
family,
a part
his
of ours. Yeah.
background, all the things.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to love this guy the way that
Mhm.
Callie loves him
Mhm.
in a way because if he's going to be a part of our family,
Yeah.
and so
I was fortunate to be included in some of those too,
yeah,
which was really sweet because he didn't have to include me because I'm, in that relationship, I'm quote unquote just the stepmom. But
and most of the time we weren't. I mean, we weren't doing a book, we weren't doing anything. We would
mm-mm.
literally
Just
just get here and be like,
talking.
"Bro, how's life? Like,
Yeah.
how's school? What's going on? How you feeling? What's happening? What's going on with your
Mhm.
family?" It was nothing, just other than let's just spend some time together.
Yeah.
And so that was a key for us in that. And I still, every now and then, I try to send Charles texts every time I think about him. I'll send him a text and just say, "Hey, thinking
Mhm.
about you." Just try to because our contact with him is very limited because he's out
Mhm.
of the state, and
Well,
so
they both are.
yeah,
And they're so cute because they both share an adventurous spirit. And so it's like right now they live in Florida, but then it's
well,
like
he brought that out in Cali.
she gets it from you too, though.
Yeah, she definitely does,
She
but
learned it from you.
he stoked that fire within her.
I mean,
and
she went
just
to El
kind of-
Salvador with you when she was 10. So
Yeah,
it's-
she was in 5th grade.
yeah.
It's really crazy that I drug her to El Salvador. When I look back at that, I was like, "This is probably a horrible."
But when we were
parenting
just
decision.
visiting her 2 weeks ago in Florida, we were visiting them. She brought that trip up. It's like that's
Yeah, it was
so when we
fortunate.
say they have she definitely has an adventurous spirit because of you. But the intention with Charles from the get go was to establish a relationship.
Yeah, because I knew as an in-law, I want to know him and I want him to be able to know me and
Yeah.
I want him to have the relationship. If he needs something, he can pick up the phone and call me.
Right.
If he wants to chat or if he needs whatever it may be,
Yeah.
that I'm there.
And then not too long after that, the newest in law came along.
Yep. And she literally just moved into the house.
Yeah. Miranda. Miranda's not from Georgia. She's from out of state. And so when she graduated from school and she had just within how many months? It wasn't a year yet. 2 months? That was all? Oh my God.
No. What?
Wait. It was new. It was the rest. I was going to say 6.
September.
I'm going to just tell you how all of our relationships started. We all, through 2020,
Yeah.
none of us had COVID at all,
No.
period. And then on my birthday, December 28th,
2020.
yes, it was
Mhm.
2020. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Bro, we missed the whole COVID thing. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't get
Y'all
COVID
started
at
dating
all."
in September and then it was December. Yes.
We literally, the entire house.
That's what you're thinking about, Thomas.
The entire house caught COVID.
All of us.
All of us at one time. And Miranda's parents were like, "Just stay there." I'd
'Cause
never met Miranda.
Well, because she has very much younger
is not
siblings.
true.
I've met you one time.
No.
Two.
Yes.
Two.
The
Two.
first time I don't remember, so I'm just going to say one.
Two.
I was still calling you weird names
Literally.
like Melissa.
We didn't all the way know your name because
I didn't know your name
because
completely.
Thomas did it the first time he started talking about you. Didn't. That's why all
He
the
didn't even know your
M
last name.
nicknames came about.
Thomas didn't know your last name.
No.
So
But basically, yeah, you know now. That's all that matters.
Well,
we
Miranda-
just gave her yours. That's all that matters.
right.
Yeah.
Well, Miranda has siblings that are quite a bit younger than her. So, gosh, at that point, your little brother would have been 5, and then your sister would have been almost 10. And so, yeah, her parents were like, "No, don't bring that," because nobody knew what COVID was at that point.
Well, again, too,
Everybody
everything
was
was
scared.
new. So if you got
Yeah.
COVID, it was 2-week quarantine in the
Yeah.
house. Nobody sees you. Nobody. So it's like
So she was
right off
down
the
here.
get-go, 2 weeks. We're
Yeah.
all locked in the
She
house.
was down here
together.
visiting, and then
And y'all
we
just dated
all
then.
of us,
Would you rather?
right?
I kind of felt bad for her. I was like, bless her heart. She's trapped here with us
Yeah.
and doesn't know us, doesn't know anything. I was like, I felt kind of bad for her because I'm like, this is our home. But I'm like, welcome to
We
our
did
home.
well
Like-
navigating that. You're sweet anyway, Miranda.
Well, regardless, when all that passed,
Yes.
we got through COVID. They became serious. They got engaged.
So yeah,
Thomas
that was
got his apartment.
Well, yeah, December, and then when you graduated from college, it was like,
I had a short little rental.
yeah, there was like a rental situation. That was like, okay, this is expiring, or I got to find a place here so fast, or I have to move back to South Carolina. And Thomas was like, hey, guess what? I'm moving in with my fire school friend. And so I was like, okay, Miranda, you come here. Like, it was this whole thing but it was a fun way to get to know you.
Yeah, because we spent literally at that point, we spent more time with Miranda
you.
than we spent with Thomas.
Because fire school took up your whole life
Yeah,
at
he
that
was
point.
in school all the time. Miranda was here, and Miranda was on this spiritual journey.
Oh my gosh.
Where church we were going to. So it's like we would go to church on Sunday. She grew up Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
We were at a pretty traditional conservative church, or it was like I guess it would be a Baptist church. So it's anyway, Miranda would be like, I got questions. Like, what is this about? And so
she would pull out her notebook. It was the cutest thing ever. We'd get home from like church, lunch. We'd come here to relax and do whatever. And she would pull out her little notebook that she had. And she was like, literally say, I have some questions. So we'd sit down together with no distractions. We'd probably turn music on or whatever. And we would have the whole afternoon of question time.
Which was really, really cool and really fun.
It was a refreshing way for us to revisit our faith and why we believe what we believe. But it was also a great time for you to like, filter through your Catholic upbringing versus like you were defining your own faith. It was such a precious time. That was a precious time in our life.
So for us, we got to spend a lot of really good time. So Miranda is more, this may not be, she's more of a friend than an in-law. I see Miranda as a friend and an in-law. So it's like Miranda and I would do all kind of dumb projects. Like when Jess would be off or at school and I would be home, Miranda and I would just do all kind of weird projects.
And they'll work together for a short span of time, and you both had the same day off, so it was a really fun time for you to work on projects together.
Yeah,
it was
so we had fun, but the reality is you may be in this situation and be like, that sounds so sweet.
It's so storybook and lullaby. It's so cute.
But that's not, we didn't plan it that way. It just happened. But you may be in the situation going, bro, that's not.
Well,
I'll
say
situation.
That's me and you. That's our experience with our in-laws. But like on the reverse side, like my experience with in-laws and your experience with in-laws, whether it be this time or the first time, both of us, it was not that sweet and precious.
No, it was not.
Lullabies, and it was, normal life.
Yeah. It was probably the more traditional, hey, I really like this person we're dating. They're like, okay.
Here they are.
Here they are. They're not, are they a serial killer? Are they?
Are they okay?
Yeah. And so it was the traditional kind of thing. So I had great relationships with them, with my in-laws, and really liked them. I really did. And so it was, and I think just because I'm pretty easy to get along with.
You are.
But at the same time, there's so many issues that come up when you deal with in-laws because we talk about expectations and unmet expectations. And we say this hundreds of times on Baggage Claim. Unmet expectations will kill a relationship faster than anything.
Any kind of relationship.
Yes. I mean, we had some unmet expectations this weekend and I got all in my feelings. And it was a weird moment. And I admitted it, I was being a little pouty. I was being mean. I was just being me. So that's something we still will deal with.
You were pouty. You weren't mean.
I was pouty. But on the other hand, like we have those when it comes to our in-laws, but we don't communicate that with them.
No, we don't. But I will say, sharing those personal stories about our own in-laws, I feel like because of the relationship that we have with our children, it was easy to approach our in-laws with an open mind, to welcome them in. And I think that's the whole, like, it's a mindset thing. I mean, well, really anything we talk about on this whole podcast is a mindset thing.
Right.
But this is a really big one. Because you get to decide what that relationship is going to look like, especially if you're on the receiving end of like Miranda or Charles, like they are coming into our family and we get to set that expectation and what that feels like.
Right. And they're not going to see eye to eye. Like when you go to another family, they're going to have their own traditions.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have their own religious beliefs.
Yes.
They're going to have their own
way of life.
Yeah, they have all those things and you're stepping into that. And in most cases, 99% of the time, you're expected to be a part of what they have going on.
Right.
And be okay with that. Most people are not like, hey, are you okay with this? Do you want to change this? Do you want to do something different?
Yeah.
Most of the time it's like, oh, this is the way we do things around here.
Yeah.
This is the way this happens.
And when you run into that and it's not what you're used to or what you were hoping for, it is so easy to, because we're humans, it is so easy to build up a resentment with that. And then that's just going to cause like some friction with anything that the in-laws are wanting to do. It's like, no, that's not how I want to do it. That's not how I've always done it. That's not, what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And if you're not approaching things with an open mind, then that resentment is going to build up pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, and there's nothing more than when this crap hit your front door is on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Bro.
I mean, bro, if you want to talk about traditions and all the things that come out,
Yes.
it comes out now. And people are like, no, we always get together on Christmas Eve, or no, we always get together on Christmas Day. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't work for our family.
It doesn't. And I mean, and if I just had this conversation with my own mother yesterday, because she used to mention last few times that we've been together how much she wishes Thomas could be a part of some things. Thomas works all the time. And so I was like, I texted Miranda, I was like, let's go ahead and plan Christmas so I can communicate that with my mom, my brother, and his family. When will this work? She gave me a date. It's not Christmas Eve. It's not Christmas Day. It's ahead of time. It's on the 20th. And so I texted my mom and I was,
got to start 4 days early.
Jesus
started his walk into Nazareth pretty early.
I was trying to get ahead of it.
Sorry, that's Easter. Sorry, I was confused.
I was trying to get ahead of it because it's not what we usually do.
God, we should not talk about the Bible on here.
It just my mom, because of my grandmother, is very traditional and it has to be on the day, and that's just how she was raised, and she can't help it. And so I was telling her, like, if you want all of us, like literally all of the Peck Patillo family, this is the day it's going to have to happen. And I know it's not what you want, but this is what it is. And so my sister-in-law was on board, like everybody else was on board. And so I had to help my mom have an open mind and not have like a whole resentment or bad attitude. It was like, I know it's not what we've always done. I know it's not our way of life or whatever, but it's more important to all be together, not whatever the date is, because we're together, we're making memories.
Well, it's because we talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that it's the time you get together. It's not necessarily the date of which that falls.
Yes.
And so that's
we talked about that a few episodes ago.
Yeah. So it's important for you guys to just one, to have an open mind, to be like,
yeah,
we're together, we're celebrating. It doesn't, like, we did our family, just our kids get together celebration thing on Wednesday for Thanksgiving. And it wasn't on Thanksgiving, so it didn't make it any less Thanksgiving-y, I guess.
Yeah, that's a word. Yeah.
But we had a blast. We had so much fun. We literally spent more of the day together than I thought we were going to. So I was totally surprised and totally happy.
That was the most amount of hours that, well, now we have 9 with Lulu. It was the most amount of time that 9 of us have spent together, and I cannot tell you when.
I mean, the dudes went to the gym, and we tried to kill each other.
You did try to kill each other
for some reason. The ladies hung out at home.
We were cooking while Lucy took her nap. It was a whole thing.
So, it
was so good.
But it wasn't on Thanksgiving, but it was okay.
But that was my Thanksgiving in my heart.
Yeah, and so we get so set on these things, but it's being able to say, okay, what works? How do we make this work? Instead of just always being so dead set on, it has to be this time, it has to be this, because we have those expectations of what they can be.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's good to just let them go. Producer Michael brought up a point that I thought was really, really good. Do you remember about when you said be careful of in-laws? Was it you'll be one? What was that?
Be aware
Yeah.
of how your relationship with your in-laws are. Be aware of things that either one, like, frustrate you, and also things that you love about your in-laws. Because if you're married and you got kids, you're gonna be most likely an in-law someday. And so you get to be, in some moment in your life, the one who helps be a deciding factor how you interact with an in-law.
Yeah.
Even if it's a daughter or a son-in-law.
Yeah.
So just be aware, just to store it away in your brain, because who knows, in 5 to 18 years, you you might be an in-law someday.
That's true. And you, Greg, we were talking earlier about something that you had read at one point about approaching things with your spouse and your family with in a bubble of peace. You remember that? Because it's to help deflect negativity and to maintain your own peace of mind while you're trying to work through this.
Yeah, you're
It's kind
going
of like
to.
your phrase, your umbrella of protection that you've used
It
before.
kind of is, yeah. Like I get it. Family is crazy. It's chaos.
It is.
It's really chaos, and you love your family. You get to choose your family a lot of times. They choose you.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of into it. So you're like, all right, this is crazy circus I'm a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So let's let the monkey dance and see what happens.
Oh, that's weird.
And so you don't have a dancing monkey in y'all's family.
No, that's weird.
So anyway, it's just kind of, sometimes people are not going to like you. People are not going to agree with you. People are not everyone's going to like you, even in your family. Not everyone's going to like your spouse.
Yeah.
And so you have a decision to make also too, with your spouse of like, okay, so how do we deal with that? How do we move forward with that? What does that look like? How do we deal with that? And so there's a few things that you just got to kind of understand to say, hey, look, I'm married to Jess.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one I said yes to. You're the one. So when we go to family, if there's issues, and they're attacking you or they don't like you, I'm like, hey, that's me. If you're attacking her, you're attacking me. Something to think about. If you're an in-law and you're like, I can't stand my daughter-in-law. Well, just understand when you say that, you're ultimately saying, I can't stand my son also if I can't stand my daughter-in-law, because they're two in one. Like, they've chosen to be married. They've chosen to say yes to each other. So all that being said, let's you're motioning to me to get to the unpack, because we need to unpack. We're at an unpack session.
And I will say, all of what we've shared so far is a lot to take in, because I think a lot of people don't really think about the big picture. It's more like, I'm in love, we're getting married, and oh yeah, he has a family.
Because that's the fun. That's
the fun part.
Yeah. That's the rom-com version.
It is.
It's like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, and it's like, no, share the real version where they talk about you in the kitchen about how much they don't like you and how repulsive you are. Like, or they don't want to be around you because
that's an ugly.
We don't like her because he doesn't come around as much anymore. We don't like her because this doesn't happen anymore.
How do you feel about?
Sorry, Brady. It felt like I just. All right, go ahead.
Let's conclude part 1 of navigating our in-laws, and let's pick up in part 2, because there's a lot to unpack about this.
Okay.
And the unpack part's not going to be all the way pretty, because I
have a couple unpack for this section though.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Right now?
Yeah.
No, because I feel like I'm going to say what I want to say on the part 2.
Okay, don't. Then.
Okay,
I got you.
1, 2, 3,
sit back,
go.
Boo.
You just said sit back, boo.
I did. I know. I don't ever call you that. That's
No,
weird.
you don't.
One, manage your expectations of your in-laws. Be realistic. Like, sit down with your spouse. The two of you be really truthfully honest, and be honest about who your parents are. If your dad is a butthole or your mom's a butthole, just be like, hey, they're a butthole. Like, they're hard to get along with. My mom is my way or the highway, and that's it.
Why is butthole a funny word?
I don't know. It is
but
funny.
It is.
I wasn't going to say the other word because I
appreciate that. Thank
check
you.
that explicit box.
We're not going to do that. That's
and so
not
it's
who we are.
you want to make it family friendly. I don't know if butthole's family friendly, but anyway. But anyway, you have to manage your expectations and be real with each other and just be honest in that. And so it's like, and then also too, keep in mind your perspective of saying, okay, if you're an in-law and you're listening to this and you're like, this is kind of silly. I'm putting unrealistic expectations on that daughter-in-law or that son-in-law or whoever
Especially
who it is.
if you put expectations on your spouse or significant other that are not even your own expectations with your family.
Right. Yeah, they're just
crazy.
It is crazy, but it happens every single day.
It does.
Producer Michael, you about to say something?
Yeah, I'll let you finish this because I have another thought.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think it's very important to be aware of personality styles as well,
100%.
especially between you and your spouse. Because my immediate thought went to say, it's okay to not always get your way.
Right. It should. Yeah. If you're getting
It's
your way all the
okay.
time,
You have to be okay with not always getting your way.
Now I
because that's
say
being an
that-
adult.
I say that with a grain of salt, okay? Because let's say your spouse is very maybe reserved or not, more so like non-confrontational. They'll just let it go the way it goes because it's more peaceful that way. That wears on a person.
yes.
That wears on a person big time. So know how your spouse is in those kind of situations. Maybe that means you need to take up the gauntlet and fight for them more within your own family.
And
or
that's what,
even for them within their own family.
yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about in part 2 is what happens when it goes wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Or when it goes sideways.
Yeah. But then also at the same time, it's okay to not get your way.
Sorry about that.
If you
cage fighting over
if
here.
you are a more something just fell. I don't know what that was.
I don't know either.
But if you are
Our
more of
baby
a
fell
bulldog and
back.
you're used to kind of being able to push and usually work through to get what you want, right?
Right.
So it's a both and. So yes, I say it's okay to not get your way, but also do be intentional that you don't just allow yourself to get run over nonstop.
Well, it's the whole
It's
idea
a
of
balance.
respect and communication.
Yes, very
And
much
those
so.
like know how you communicate, know how other people communicate.
Yes.
We talk about personality profiles all the time and knowing yourself. And people get so caught up because inherently, I was having this conversation with Miranda the other day. We were driving somewhere, and I told Miranda, I was like, Miranda, I love you, but just I want you to know people are inherently selfish and they don't really care what you think. Because most people don't. And I didn't mean that to her in a bad way. I was just saying inherently we're just selfish people.
She said, maybe you need to be a therapist, but like a really blunt one.
Yes, she did, which I felt bad about. What she said, I was like, okay, maybe I need to reword that. But it was like, the idea is like most people are so involved in themselves that they don't really look outside of that. And that comes with everything, even with in-laws, even how we communicate, our personality type. So when we say, know your personality, it's not know how you like to give and receive feedback. Know how other people like to get feedback, how they want to receive feedback, how they communicate. Because when you learn those traits of how other people do that, you can communicate in a way that they understand. Dude, it changes everything. That's a game changer across the board. All your relationships, you will reach new places, not just with your in-laws, but in work, in your marriage, and all those things. So I'm a huge component of that, and I'm always going to push that up the hill. And everybody ignores it and just be like, yeah, I know I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like, it's not about you. It's knowing about the people that are around you. What are they? Like, know what they are. And so that's the key. So those are my expectations, managing those. And those are the biggest things. And talk about it with your spouse. Be open in communication.
Yeah.
And knowing how they give and receive those kind of things. And you are stepping into a family structure. Keep that
You
in
are.
mind. You're stepping
Yeah.
into that. Don't go in there going, I'm getting my way.
Because no, you're not.
That's like stepping into a corporation, a business, and going, I'm about to change this business up. And be like, bro, you're about to go the boot back out the door. Like, just be careful. Go in and just say, I want to be a part. What does that look like?
So join us in part 2, where we talk about and unpack even more.
When somebody throws a hand grenade in the living room.
Yeah, it was like on the flip side of what happens when it all goes wrong.
When drunk Uncle Roger shows up
Oh
at
my God.
Thanksgiving and things go sideways.
Who is even drunk Uncle Roger?
Sorry, you just.
What's your imaginary character you always bring up?
If you know drunk Uncle Roger, you know him. He showed up.
What happens
It's a
when it
Deep
doesn't
South
go the
thing.
way you think it should go is what we're going to talk about next.
Exactly. So thank you guys so much for joining into Baggage Claim. Love you guys. Please keep sharing. We have a goal before our 50th episode. We want to hit at least 20 countries, and we want to hit over 200 cities, different places of downloads. We're at 17 countries and 189 different cities.
That
So
is
we're trying
crazy.
to hit those numbers. We're going to do a live on our
On our 50th.
And so, but we're trying to figure out, we want you to tell us what you want us to talk about.
Yes.
So if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's baggageclaim.podcast. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us.
And TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok we do have baggage claim. We have not posted that much,
No,
but
we're
we're trying
not.
to. The idea is DM us, send us a message, info@unpacktogether.com.
Oh my gosh, you know that. I don't know that.
Is our email. Send an email. Tell me something you want us to talk about, and we'll address that. If you have a situation you want us to talk about, we would love to talk about it. We want you to be a part of this community and create some conversations with us. So, do you have something you want to say, Michael?
Let's say, what was that email again?
It is unpacktogether.com. So
The email though.
that is info@unpacktogether.
Info at.
Yeah, sorry. Our web address is unpacktogether.com, and I'm trying to get that website up. I'm sorry.
We're doing the best we can.
I'm trying to work on
So
something.
maybe wait a few weeks before you try to look up the website.
No,
We have
hopefully
real
it'll be up
jobs.
there.
We're doing the best we can.
Yeah, I've got a job and I'm trying to do this on the side.
But
so.
the email works.
Yes, the
We
email
love you.
does work.
Thank you so
Email
much.
comes to our inbox. Or also too, if
Welcome
you're
to
listening
Baggage
to
Claim.
if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, there's a
You can message us
you
directly
can
there.
just it says send a text. You text us something you want us to talk about, and we'll dig into it. So it's very simple, very easy. But thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you
Join
for
us
liking.
for part 2.
Yeah, check out part 2 of this craziness of in-laws. So
Okay, bye.
love you guys.
Okay, bye.
Hey, go dogs.
Go dogs.